What's up, fam? This Josh back with another video, and welcome to the KeepItTechie channel, where we break down tech, Linux, and everything you need to navigate this wild ride called the tech industry. And today's video is one I know a lot of y'all have been waiting on, because we're talking about surviving in the software engineering job market. Now, if you've been following the news, you know this isn't the same job market it was a few years ago. We've got layoffs happening left and right, hiring freezes, and a whole bunch of new talent flooding in, from college grads, bootcamp warriors, and even people switching careers. It's competitive as ever out here. But don't worry, I got you covered. We're gonna break it down and how you can navigate all this craziness and come out on top. And also stick around, because we're gonna dive into something that the Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang said about the future of coding.
Everybody in the world is now a programmer. This is the miracle. This is the miracle of artificial intelligence. For the very first time, we have closed the gap. The technology divide has been completely closed. And it's the reason why so many people can engage artificial intelligence. It is the reason why every single government, every single industrial conference, every single company is talking about artificial intelligence today. Because for the very first time, you can imagine everybody in your company being a technologist.
Spoiler alert, he says coding is dead. Yep, you heard me right. The dude running Nvidia says AI is taking over and kids shouldn't even bother learning to code. So we're going to talk about what that means for us as developers, and trust me, you don't want to miss that part. So grab yourself a coffee, sit back, and let's get into how you can thrive in this tech market. Let's get to it. So let's start off with the facts. The software engineering job market right now, it's a whole jungle out there. You've got layoffs happening at some of the biggest tech companies in the world. Companies we all thought were untouchable, such as Google, Meta, Amazon. The giants are trimming the fat. And that's leaving a lot of experienced engineers back in the job market, competing with new grads, boot campers, and career switchers. And the competition is real. But here's the thing, just because there's competition doesn't mean there aren't opportunities. The demand for specialized skills is higher than ever. And if you can niche down and become an expert in something, let's say like AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, or cloud computing, you're really gonna stand out. I'm telling you, the days of being a generalist are fading away. Now it's about being the master of your craft. For example, if you're into cloud, get those AWS or Azure certs. Now also, if you're vibing with AI, start experimenting with tools like TensorFlow and PyTorch. You don't have to be a wizard right away, but showing that you're constantly learning and improving will set you apart from the crowd. And speaking of standing out, let's talk about portfolios. It's 2024, y'all. A resume is cool, but hiring managers want to see proof. And that means you got to build out your GitHub. So contribute to open source projects, build something cool, even if it's a side project, and show the world what you're capable of. Portfolios are worth way more than just a list of skills. And when you show, not tell, that's when recruiters take notice. But yo, the hustle doesn't stop there. Networking is still the name of the game. Now, I know some of y'all might be like, but Josh, I'm a dev, not a socialite. Trust me, I get it. I'm not either. But networking sounds like something business folks do at fancy events. But in reality, networking in tech is about building relationships. You can network from the comfort of your own home. Like I've always said on this channel, LinkedIn is your friend. Connect with folks, comment on posts, join tech communities like dev.to or Reddit. The more active you are, the more you'll build your presence. And people will recognize your name, your contributions, and when you're looking for a job, you won't be starting from scratch. Sometimes the best opportunities come from who you know and not just what you know. Now let's dive into something a little bit controversial, and that's the future of coding itself. So check this out. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang was at a summit talking about how coding is dead.
I'm going to say something, and it's going to sound completely opposite of what people feel. You probably recall over the course of the last 10 years, 15 years, almost everybody who sits on a stage like this would tell you it is vital that your children learn computer science. Everybody should learn how to program. And in fact, it's almost exactly the opposite. It is our job to create computing technology such that nobody has to program.
And I'm telling you, to me, it sounds crazy. I mean, the CEO of Nvidia is out here saying that AI is going to take over so much of the work that kids coming up in tech won't even need to learn how to code. Now, at first glance, that's a wild statement. We've been told forever that coding is the keys to the kingdom and one of the core skills to break into tech. But according to Hung, with the advancement in natural language processing and generative AI, we're heading to a future where you'll just talk to your computer and it writes the code for you. No more hours grinding out Python, JavaScript, or C++. But hold up, before y'all start throwing your coding books in the trash, let's unpack this a little. I mean, is coding really dead? I don't think so. AI is powerful, no doubt, but it's not about replacing developers, it's about empowering them. Think of AI like a tool, not a replacement. It's going to help us do the repetitive tasks faster, but it still takes a skilled developer to know how and when to use these tools. Like Hung said, upskilling is key. You won't necessarily be writing lines and lines of code all day anymore, but you'll still need to understand how systems work, how to problem solve, and how to debug when things go wrong. And trust me, things will go wrong. In fact, with AI writing the code, the role of developers is shifting. You need to be more strategic, focusing on reviewing and improving AI-generated code, ensuring it's efficient, secure, and scalable. It's a different game, but still a game you want to play. Plus, not everything is going to be AI automated. There are still areas of tech where hands-on coding will be critical, especially in fields like cybersecurity and blockchain development. So my advice, keep coding, keep learning, and embrace AI as an enhancement, not a replacement. All right, so let me hit you with my thoughts on all this. Look, I get it. The tech landscape is changing fast, and it can be scary to think that the skills you've spent years learning might not be as valuable in the future. But here's the deal. The key to surviving and, more importantly, thriving in this market is adaptability. You've got to be ready to pivot when necessary. That means constantly upskilling, staying curious, and not getting too comfortable in any one language or technology. So if AI is the wave, learn how to ride it. Dive into AI and machine learning, experiment with tools like ChatGPT and even DALL-E if you're into creative coding. Being able to say you know how to use AI tools in your workflow, that's going to be a game changer. Now, another big point is soft skills. I know it sounds cheesy, but listen, with more automation happening, the things that make you human are going to matter more. Being able to communicate, collaborate, lead a project, and manage a team, these are things that machines cannot do, at least not yet. So make sure you're working on those people skills as much as your technical. And here's something that I wish more people would talk about, and that's patience. And I understand job hunting in tech can be brutal. You might apply to dozens of jobs and not hear back. You might get a few rejections in a row, but you got to keep pushing. Don't let a few no's get you down. Each rejection is just another step towards the right opportunity. It's like debugging. Sometimes you have to sift through a lot of errors before you find that one missing semicolon that makes everything work. Lastly, don't forget to take care of yourself. Burnout is real in the industry, and a constant grind can wear you down if you're not careful. Make sure you're balancing your learning with some downtime, whether that's gaming, working on a fun side project, or just chilling with your family. So that wraps up the video for today. We talked about the challenges of the software engineering market, how to stay competitive by niching down and using tools like AI, and we even touched on Jensen Hung's wild take on the future of coding. I hope this video gave you some insight and motivation to keep pushing forward in your tech career. Remember, the key is to stay adaptable, stay learning, and most importantly, stay positive. You've got the skills and you've got the drive. Now it's just about putting in the work and keeping your head up. Now, if you found this video helpful, do me a solid and hit the like button. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe for more tech tutorials, industry insights, and career advice. Also, drop a comment down below with your thoughts on AI and the future of coding. I want to hear what y'all think. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and as always, keep it tech. Whenever I talk to people, whenever I mentor people dealing with, getting into tech, you got to figure out what you like or what you're interested in. Because, yeah, a lot of people get into the, tech field because you can make a good amount of money. The money is the motivator. But you also, in my opinion, in order for you to be happy, you got to like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so, like for me, a lot of times it doesn't feel like work, bro. Most times it really doesn't feel like work. I'm doing something fun. I'm doing something I love to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it, great for me.